So let's talk about the levels of happiness, and I'm going to test you to see which level you're at. Are you at level 1? Have you moved to level 2? Are you at level 3? Okay, so level 1 is coming to Jesus, salvation. As he says there, Jesus says, blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. So happy are the people who believe in Jesus. Now, we're done in John. Come to Psalm 32 in the Old Testament. And we're going to be in Psalms for a few verses here. So come to Psalm 32. It's a psalm from David. Psalm 32. Verse 1. How does it start out? What's blessed mean? Happy. Happy is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered with the blood of Jesus. Happy, blessed, happy is the one whose sin the Lord does not count against them, and in whose spirit is no deceit. Now, verse 3, when I kept silent, when I didn't want to confess my sin, I didn't want to acknowledge I was a sinner, I didn't want to acknowledge that I've lied, I've done immoral, I haven't honored my parents, I used the Lord's name in vain, I skipped church, I don't want to confess to my guilt. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away. It affected me, my guilt affected me physically. Though through my groaning all day long, for day and night, your hand, God's hand of conviction, was heavy on me. My strength, my spiritual strength was sapped as in the heat of summer. Then I acknowledged my sin to you and did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. So verse 1, happy is the one whose transgressions are forgiven. This is nice. You know, I was looking, what happens when you feel guilt for things you've done in your life that you know is wrong? And how does guilt manifest itself? It can manifest itself in negative emotions, depression, anxiety, social withdrawal. They say guilt disrupts the brain's chemical balance, making it hard to think and make decisions. People that are guilty, see, what we do with our guilt is we realize Christ suffered and paid the price for our guilt. But if you're not a Christian and you can't ask God for forgiveness, realizing Christ suffered for your guilt, then you begin to subconsciously, and this is well documented, you begin to punish yourself for the guilt, knowing that you did wrong in your life. You hurt someone. You punish yourself, or the second thing is, if you're very vain, you will begin to punish other people. You'll punish your spouse. It's your fault that I did this. You'll begin to punish your parents. It's your fault for raising me that I turned out this way. And so you pass on, it's your own guilt, but now you pass it on to others instead of passing it on to Jesus Christ.